we've been doing a really good job over this past week as we're seeing things take place in the market being in front of them, including and starting with the DXY, right? And we've been looking at this, and we were able to, above the yellow line, say that's a repair taking place. We came into the resistance, came back, tested that support. We looked at it, real-time analysis. Think about it for a second. How many people out there give real-time analysis? Most put out what their ideas or thoughts are be for something that could happen in the future. And then the rest, they're telling you what has happened. How many try to do it in real time? That is really the difference of what we do and we teach here. So that's beautiful. And seeing the breakout occur, us watching it, us being aware of the macro as it's happening, that really hot jobs number on that Friday causing the dollar to break out. We have the 10-year now breaking above that 2.7 line. This is setting off that massive buy impulse. Expectations are yields going to go higher right now, right? Now, this could be faded. This could roll over, but we're just going to stay in front of it. This is a big event happening today. And the Nasdaq also, at the same time, has a big event happening. It's the breakdown of the yellow line. We did a fantastic job. Again, I always talk about where we get it wrong. But as we broke outside this channel, talking about the resistance above overhead, talking about that we need for further resumption upward, a break above 1300, how we were just consolidating in this area unless we broke down out of here. Now we're breaking down out of here. Come down to the 2 hour, you could see it in real time, and you see, what is this? Breakdown, retest, that broken support, then becoming resistance, and price then resuming off. Now, this is a continuation here. Now, until we get back above this yellow line, that would set us back neutral. This is a neutral posture for us. This is the same thing that was happening over here. When this is like everyone who was here when we came back above this line, and we were neutral all through here until we broke out above. This buy remained in place until this breakdown today, right? Now, those that were able to go ahead and do, like, could we talk about discretionary behavior of taking profits and into resistance? And yes, we didn't at the time. I did not talk about taking any off, and that's a mistake, because that's because my focus, as you know, is on CTM 2.0. That's my focus, but it's still a mistake. In this buy coming into here, we should have talked about taking off something like whatever arbitrary discretionary number, but like 30% at least, and or whatever more, or something like that. So we'll mark that as something that could be done much better. And by focusing on it right now, it means it will, or maybe not that first touch, but certainly then coming back into the channel. Here's another, I don't know exactly when, but it could have been done better. OG, great to see you. It's a strong session, OG. You got to watch the whole thing. You got to do it. Nevertheless, this is a sell impulse now. This trade, it becomes live. We're looking for a close outside of it to confirm that it is real. That close will be happening on a Friday. Is it possible that we can get back above it before the close today? Of course it's possible. I don't know how much interest the plunge protection team has in keeping equities elevated when they're trying to crush asset prices. But Powell hasn't really, his tone has changed. We will wait and we will see what happens. A close outside, it's a sell impulse, meaning we're looking for further downside pressure, and likely I would like to have some clear line of resistance of what we're targeting. So I'm bringing this down. I'm coming to a horizontal resistance line. I'm zooming out over here, and I'm trying to look, and it's going to be somewhere. Why I don't have a very clear line here. I'm going to say the first area of resistance for sure is up here, but on a breakdown, I'd be targeting a little lower. I'm going to, I'll put it down over here. And I think that we're looking lower. Again, what makes this difficult, this is a sell impulse. If you look back at this one, they led to new lows. This one could, but it's still a bullish repair that took place. It's a bullish repair, the break of the trend line. We've come into that resistance, but now we're breaking down over here. To stay on the right side, it calls for looking for sell side continuation. Whether or not we come into some horizontal resistance, this trend line broken resistance should now be support, and whether or not we're ready to break, that's all we'll find out. We'll let the market tell us what it's going to do. But a close there until closing back above is a sell impulse. In effect, a close above takes us back neutral. We stay neutral until we break out to the upside. Could we be aggressive and look for something like any type of buy impulse and where that might be? I'm just catching a breath here. Yeah, I mean, yes, much like the 10-year looks right now, in so much as that this is a break back above that trend line and the buy impulse setting it off. Same thing here on Nasdaq. This would be the next buy impulse because we're reclaiming this broken, we would be reclaiming this broken support, and then the buy impulse triggering off is a way better entry than late up here. Now, I assume that everyone saw all of that and will remember it if it becomes relevant on the downside as we come towards potential targets, or have to exit that trade on the upside or take that buy impulse. I say that with a grain, like in light, but that's the truth of it. And anyway, let's keep going. We're looking at oil into resistance. Remember, we've talked about this each and every day. Above here, new buy side opportunity. This is resistance. This line is resistance. We're back neutral above this trend line. This was a fake out, a breakdown. Look, enter short, close long. That would be the same thing over here as if we close below and then regain it. Small losses. It's the only way to go. Not just on a mechanical system, on a discretionary system as well. We're into resistance here right now, but we said all this is neutral anyway. So we're on the sidelines. There might be one more thing. Bitcoin. Log scale. Let's take a look. All right, we see the breakdown in effect. We looked at yesterday how that was a breakdown, retest, resumption. I could go ahead and remove this, clean up the charts. We also yesterday said that we can look for some type of buy impulse, right? But we've since resumed down off. That wasn't a fake out outside the breakdown of this channel. But you could see, as I come down to the daily time frame and give you some more perspective here, that we are coming into the breakout. That's a bullish repair. That is the bull market, the bear market trend line. And this broken resistance should now be support. And we're coming in horizontally into this area of support. If I zoom out a little bit and I put in a horizontal line and I'm looking to see how big that support is, pretty big support. Because it's not just in this area here. It's also back over here. Yeah. Here it was support. So it's a decent level of support that we're into with a confluence of the log scale trendline breakout, the horizontal support, which I just showed you extended further. And that's what we're into. Now, if this closes and breaks below, then structurally, is that bearish? Yeah, that's pretty bearish. That would be a fake out over here, back below, very bearish. And, I think CTM 2.0, which is a little away on any further extension, this will roll over quickly and we'll be back to picking up the short side. I think Cardano might trigger first on the short side, even though it's the only one holding long now. But I think that these two will pick up very quickly. And that's how, there's nothing more valuable than watching first the move up, being able to participate in that, and then if it rolls over, watching how CTM will recover back on the downside. We got to, throughout all these times, I mean, anyone who's with us during these tight ranges, right, got battle tested. I think that we're entering a period of swings now, whether that swing is straight up, whether that swing is up and down and up. I think we're entering into actually a favorable period here in 2023 of trading. We're coming off a lot of consolidation towards the last 6 months of 2022. Usually contraction of ranges lead to expansion of ranges, and we'll see.